All right, I'm going to go rapid fire.
Sure.
What inspires you?
In life?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Rapid.
Rapid. It's such a big question. You don't want to say
That's a good answer.
Right, but that's so general. Sure, yeah, creativity inspires me. Like
color
I just love when somebody does something and it's pure and it's just from them and what they wanted to see, whether it's art, music, a film, whatever, and that purity of spirit. Like that's what everyone should always be chasing. And when you see it, it does inspire me. Yeah.
People.
Powerful athletic feats.
Oh yes, he's always been inspired by that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My family.
What frustrates you?
My family.
People who aren't sincere.
Injustice.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Rapid fire questions really frustrate me. It's probably top of my list,
That is
like
fair.
if I'm thinking about it.
All right. At least it's an honest answer. How do you define success?
Fulfillment and joy. Happiness is kind of a tough one because I feel like happiness might be tied to pleasure and it's kind of fleeting. But like if you feel like you filled yourself up and that you're fulfilled with what you did, then that has to be considered success.
Just being happy.
To me, it's a conquering sequences of small victories on your own terms.
Happy and healthy. And there's nothing else.
What's one thing you wish you had more time for?
Writing.
The people I love.
Oh, see, I gotta say something like that.
Ditto. Just say ditto. We'll just take turns.
No, well, listen, of course, I want to spend more time with my family. I wish I had more time for music. Music is where I came from, and I don't get to spend as much time with it as I did. So that's a close second to friends and family.
Music.
Growing up, who was your favorite fictional hero or heroine?
Anne of Green Gables.
You were not the first person to say that.
Such a nerd. Oh, and when I saw the movie Anne on Netflix, I was just like weeping. I just related to her because, I was in love with books before boys. And then when that switched, I never looked back.
Mine was like wrestlers in the 80s. Like it was, I still look at that time and I got my son into the characters that they play, like Roddy Piper and the Macho Man Randy Savage. To me, that the type of, not only as heroes, but they were some of the best actors because they really stayed in character. If they were considered a bad guy, they couldn't talk with what was considered a good guy in public. So that, to me, I grew up and those are my heroes.
Does Hulk Hogan count?
What's a guilty pleasure of yours?
Red wine.
Degrassi Junior High.
Oh my God! Sorry, not judging. Not judging.
Don't change
Not
my
the
answer.
new Degrassi,
I
the
want
one from the 80s.
Yeah, I know that one.
I want to change my answer. Duran.
Why is that guilty?
I don't know.
You shouldn't feel guilty.
Yeah, I
about it.
wouldn't feel guilty about
It's
it
very
at all. I
catchy.
would feel guilty
Save a
about
Prayer is a
Degrassi,
great song.
Feel guilt over just about everything. But driving a Jeep, because I love the ruggedness of trucks. I grew up in like a small Northern Ontario mining town, and everyone drove trucks. They're not exactly hybrids, so I feel pretty guilty about that.
If you could go back in time 10 years and tell yourself something, what would it be?
It would be success isn't as big isn't as big as you think it is. Like it's small steps, and it will be very enjoyable just to keep taking one step forward. You don't have to take a giant leap. You know what I mean? It's not all or nothing.
Give fewer fucks. Everyone said, the older you get, the fewer fucks you give. I can't wait for that to happen, but I'm nowhere near that yet.
When the worst things seem to be happening to you, when you look back on them, they're actually can be the best. It just depends on what you do next.
Yeah.
Just don't worry so much, yeah.
Give fewer fucks.
It's just,
Ditto.
just
say it.
Just don't worry.
What she said.
Just don't, what she said.
Well, thank you both so much. Congrats on the film.
Thank you.
I'm so excited for you guys to see the matchup of questions.
Why?
Ridiculous.
Dead on. Dead on.